Hey guys, I just got something really quick to say. I started a GoFundMe because some of you guys have asked how you could support the project. It's way out of my comfort level even talking about this, but even just a small bit of help would make a huge difference to me. I'm constantly battling for time to work on this, so it would just give me more time to work on the boat and make some awesome videos. I've got so many awesome ideas, but just not enough time to do anything. I'll leave a link in the description, or you can scan it with the QR code. If you're watching it on TV with your phone, you can just scan it. Anyway, back to the movie. We can make it work with sound.
Don't you need to connect it to the other one?
Yeah, I'll connect it to the other controller.
Very cool.
It'll look like...
Well done, bub.
I forgot to take these ones out. I've got to knock the ends off all these bits, and I need to buy some shorter bolts as well because it gets a little bit too close to the roof for comfort. This turned out exactly how I wanted, which is great. These are stuck in place from one side on all of the areas. I ended up going more pads to hold the inside to the outside of the roof because I figure if that's really strong, that will make this even stronger. The ones in the middle will just be stopping it from wobbling because where it flattens out is weak and very bendy. Anyway, I think it'll work. Now I need to grind all this up and then do a really nice epoxy fillet. Make sure I get plenty of epoxy in there, and then while it's wet, I'm going to lay fiberglass that way and that way on all of it. This surface here will be nice and flat because that's where this will mate to. And now it's at the perfect height as well. Now that this skin is off here, I can access all this really easily, and I'm gonna fiberglass it now. Okay, that's done. I used epoxy resin. I only put the basalt cloth here because it really didn't go down nicely. I think because I used it out of the scrap pile over there. It's got dust and probably overspray and everything on it, so it did not like folding, or it did not like bending at all. Anyway, so I fiberglassed this edge. So I've just released the last video, and Chuk got back to me, who seems to be very advanced at fiberglassing, and he said that this all should have been made out of tooling resin or vinyl ester or something, because he's made car bodies before and they've all sagged after years out of just normal polyester. So she's gonna sag apparently, we'll find out. Maybe the basalt cloth will slow the sagging and shrinking, fingers crossed. Anyway, I fiberglass these in, they're all good now. That's with epoxy resin. Those bits won't sag. That'll look fancy. I really need to get these painted because I need to glue them together and I need to fiberglass them together, and that'll be another massive hurdle, and then I can get the underside painted and the top side painted and lots of fairing, and I don't know. I'm expecting to have to build another top later down the track. It'll be nicer having a boat with a saggy roof than no boat at all. I've made enough dust in my life. While I was routing this edge, I was pushing down really hard on it, and this is really flimsy because I tried to make it light, believe it or not, and yeah, I cracked it here and I cracked it there, pushing down on it too hard, which really worries me. Guessing that this corner hasn't got enough fiberglass in it or something, or I put too much resin into it. Anyway, I'm gonna fix that. This can get painted later. I definitely need to paint that stuff as soon as I can because it's gonna take a couple days at least before I can do anything with them. This is hard now. I'll fix it. Not happy about it, but I just want to get it done. Just gonna grind it now. Look at how small that print is. I prep sold everything. It's not perfect by a long way. It'll get the boat ready for the water at least. That's all that I care about right now. I'm hoping the prep sole has made it so it'll be able to bond to the polyester there and there. I know that I wasn't meant to put polyester there, but it was faster. Anyway, I just want to get this thing so it looks good. I'm sure it'll last at least 1 year to 2 years before it starts looking like shit. It's going to look like shit after a while anyway, because apparently because I made everything out of polyester, it's going to shrink. Stacey's worried that the whole bait's going to shrink now. This is the first few sprays. Here we go. I'm going to start from under here. I need to do some stuff under here because that's going to be white too. I'm trying to get this edge and under here a little bit as well. I'll end up grinding down here later when it's cured. I can see all the imperfections, see all those dots. Oh my god, I should have done more sanding. I definitely won't give a shit when the boat's in the water. That's what I keep telling myself. I need to hold this hose up. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. I can't see any runs at the moment. I can see lots of imperfections where I should have sanded and bogged more, but it looks good enough for me. So the paint looks all right. This is the only bit that you'll see, but you can see I did it with 120 grit. I thought it was a little bit smoother than that, but she'll be right. I'm just going to glue these LEDs in now. So it's got power getting fed from this way and from that way. And I had to splice it into here because I didn't get a strip long enough to do this one in one swoop. I don't know why I did that, and I don't know why I didn't buy extras in case they broke. I think I was thinking I was just going to test them out. Anyway, that should do. I'm going to leave the lights on while I do this, just in case I pull something and one of the blue, red, green LEDs go out. I might just use the double-sided tape on it. That way I can replace it easy, and that'll be not as messy as well, which is good. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Now to do that one. Oh yeah, I think that looks beautiful. When it's all made together, it's really going to look like something good. I can change the colors. Damn, it's going to look like the Enterprise. Got this middle section in now. I'm just going to grind it down on this surface here very heavily. That'll get rid of all the 2-pack polyurethane paint from that bit only. And I need to get rid of all this overspray here as well. I did spray under here intentionally so to get some nice shine under here so the LEDs shine nicer. And then I'll glue it onto this surface here, which will be freshly ground back. I'm thinking I'm going to have to make some spaces, and I'm just going to use lots of weights to hold it down. Not sure how that's going to work out. This angle here is what I need to get rid of. Can you see that? I ended up trimming this flange all the way nice and low because it was warped up so high it looked like it was going to make the panel sit too proud, too far up. Anyway, hopefully this works. I say hopefully a lot. It's built with hopes and dreams. Okay, so I got some 40mm spacers. All I did was cut some wood into little squares, 40mm anyway, so it doesn't matter which way I do it. Now I need to figure out how to get some weight on this. I'll just put some weights on it, epoxy it there, let it harden, and then flip it over and fiberglass it on properly, make it more rigid. And then I'm going to make some of those blobs onto the top side of the roof to hold this to the top side so it doesn't wobble around. And doesn't that look neat, having the screws recessed in this gap rather than being over here? It's sitting a little bit proud, but it should get even better. It actually looks a lot nicer than what it did first time I put it together. The whole thing's gonna shrink anyway. Damn it. I'll probably have to paint this again. Oh, I probably won't. Paint's so fresh, I think it's... Oh, that's a bug. Anyway, good enough for me. Everyone, meet Gary. I already wet this with normal epoxy resin, and then I thickened the rest up to put in the icing cake thingy. I'm just making sure that it's built up high. Oh, because I don't know how nice it's going to sit on this flange. I'll fix it up with the fiberglass later. Good? Yep. Yep. Done. done. Dishes are done, man. I'll fix it up another day.
See if the fairy lights.
Ooh. I just moved that like this so I can work on it nicer. I'm going to glue the little tabs onto the roof here for this inner circle. I'm just gonna screw that in now. It looks so impressive in real life. It might shrink, but at least it'll look good for a little bit. And then all the fairing here. I'm going to grind down this tail bit. I'm not happy with the back spoiler lip, especially around this area. I'm going to fade it a lot better. It shouldn't even be structural. I think most of it's bog anyway. This is the first time I've ever used a squared drill hole thingy. Let's try it out. Cool, it fits. I'm just going to glue this in on one side so the bolt stays there, and then I'm going to tack these bits in with this bodgy epoxy so I can pull it apart quickly and then continue working. It's the most annoying thing about resin is waiting for everything to cure, and then also the most annoying thing is the resin cures. So you got to make sure that you work quickly, and then you still have to wait ages, if you know what I mean. So I just cracked all that off. I ended up using the hot glue gun and 5-minute epoxy to tack all this stuff in, so I can fiberglass and glue that in properly while I glue and fiberglass this properly. I'll put a nice fillet of polyester probably, because everything else is polyester anyway. But I can only fiberglass from here to there. So I'm a little bit worried that's not going to be enough meat for it to be on. And I need to do it real funny around where the wires are. I might check that they still work first. The LEDs I'm talking about. Hey, Babby. Excellent. It works. There's no dead LEDs. I'm very worried about the wiring here actually. I know that I ended up cutting through one of the wires here when I hacked this ring down. I'm thinking about making a nice terminal block that's all glued in and nice, but everything takes time. I might do that later down the track, I don't know. To replace these LEDs will be a son of a bitch, but I think it will be doable. I'll need to like scoop it in like that, and because it's just in there with the adhesive backing, it should be fine. That's all fiberglassed in with vinyl ester resin. I did a fillet of vinyl ester bog on any shitty bits, and then I glassed straight over it straight away. 2 layers of this stuff. It's got chop and wovens on the other side. And I can't remember what it is. I'm pretty sure it's like 400 grit biaxial with chop. I don't know, CSM. But that's real good. I'm getting excited because I just did 2 days worth of work. Tomorrow I should be able to glue in the middle piece, and then I just got to fiberglass that bit in, and the dishes are done, man. I'll be able to fit this up and have a look at what it looks like with LEDs in it and all that middle bit completed. Before I put it up there though, I want to finish grinding these bits. That's all grinded back now. It looks nice and clean and like a proper part. I use vinyl ester because I had some and it goes off, so I figure I may as well use a little bit. It might stop it from deforming and shrinking. This is all cleaned up as well. The reason I put these horizontally is because it made it a lot easier to get the hot glue gun or the araldite on to tack it in place. And also I was thinking it's got these stringers going this way to stop it from shuttering that way, and then these are to stop it from shuttering that way, if you know what I mean. So it's a little bit of engineering. I'll say it's engineering. It's designed like that intentionally. Now I've got to mount that into here, trim and grind this ring back, and then mount that into that while it's installed in that, and then glue that into that. I'm so angry at myself. This nut is spinning, or the bolt I think is actually threaded. I should have put anti-seize on these guys. I did on most of it. I've just been having such good time getting it in and out. I started getting lazy, and that's what I get. Really want to get this in though, so I'll fix those up later. I'll split the whole top and then, I don't know, figure out how to get it out another way. Jeez, I've just tried to cut this up and even the grinder stopped working. Everything feels like it's against me. Hopefully I can fix it. Here we go. I just blew it out. Hopefully it was just heaps of crap on the brushes. Maybe it was punishment for me not videoing it. I'm gonna have to find a better way of doing that when this thing's painted. It feels a lot more rigid now. Oh, damn it. I really got rid of that lip now. We won't have much glue tacking this together. Hopefully she works out. Hopefully. I'm happy with that. It's only sitting about 5mm proud, but there's absolutely no lip to glue. There's no lip to glue to now though, so hopefully it's enough to hold everything in place. Showing you one of my big stuff ups here. I've ground through a lot of it here. I'm hoping there's some fiberglass there. And then once I glue it, I'm hoping it'll strengthen all around this area, especially after I fiberglass it and everything. Oh, it's definitely not very professional of me to leave it like that, but need to get this boat in the water. Let's go. Please get it in the right spot. It's the next day. Let's see how it turned out. That looks so cool. Okay, hopefully it doesn't crack apart. Yes. It didn't crack apart. It looked pretty well glued. So some of the glue fell out. It's still very tacky, but I want to get some fiberglass on it ASAP. I'll just grind up wherever it's shitty and put a nice fillet of vinyl ester bog, and then I'm going to use vinyl ester to glue this as well, or to fiberglass this, sorry. I've pre-bent all of these strips of glass, so when I go to put it all on, it goes in really quick. I'm putting some fiberglass stringers in this to make sure it's really rigid. Done. I went a little bit crazy, but hopefully it makes it more rigid. I ended up splitting the underside from the top side so I could repair the two nuts that ended up spinning. I glued wing nuts in it this time. It really, epoxy and Mickington don't mix. Every time I mix epoxy, it always ends up sagging, no matter how thick I make it. I made it a bunch of different consistencies. I couldn't get the plexia or whatever their glue is that one of you guys recommended. My local boat shop doesn't have it. It would really come in handy now, the fast curing stuff. Definitely gonna order some online, but these are definitely a nightmare. Instead of putting heat shrink on it, I just glued them straight in, and I'm hoping it won't grip to the thread once it hardens. I just tried to pull this bolt out from under here, and this was still wiggling a bit because this is still slightly chewy. So not only does epoxy sag for me, it also takes 2 days to cure properly, which just makes everything take ages to get anything done. Another good reason for vinyl ester and polyester is just so much quicker. I'm actually really worried about this because I didn't put any anti-seize on the threads or anything, so I've got a really bad feeling these are going to get stuck in there. So I might just take them out while they're still chewy. I just wanted to add a little bit more thickness over the top of the nuts, which is why that one and that one fell out, is because it was just really low here. This is what I mean by chewy. But at least I can get the bolts out without it getting wrecked. These ones were fine. I wasn't happy with how the wiring was before. This skinny wire was too flimsy for my liking. The thought of it wiggling around while the boat's getting bashed around, it was just not going to work. The wire is very thin and flimsy, so this is my fast connecting way to get it in. I can't put Deutsch pins here because I need to get this wire through the actuator, so I figure that'll be good enough. Anyway, it took a lot of dicking around because the wires going into here, I tried to just put bullets onto that, and the wire's so flimsy it ended up breaking. So this was my, I'll have to fix this later. Lots of stuff I'll have to fix later, but just to get me going for now, and so we can have a look at what everything looks like, that's how it's going. Okay, I got it back together. It was a little bit dramatic getting it there, but there's a couple of ones where the thread isn't very tight anymore because I keep re-tapping it, but I'll sort that out later, just like everything else. I beefed up this corner with some bog to try and get this gap out, but I've left the too big a gap here, which is what the problem is. I'll just use silicone, white silicone, to make that look neater later down the track, I think, once it's painted. I've got the wire in. I've spent nearly a solid day sanding in here and bogging in here. Now, the exciting bit is to get the masterpieces in the middle put together and see how that looks. And now I am anti-seizing everything and using the normal hand screwdriver on everything. That snap-on screwdriver I've had, I got it from the snap-on van years and years and years ago, so I'm glad I'm still using it. As if she wanted to listen to that. Anyway, let's get it in. Easy. I'll have to make sure it doesn't rattle. Oh, that looks so nice. It's a big test though. What does it look like with the lights on? First try. It definitely looks like a spaceship thing now. I don't know if it suits a 25-foot Bertram, but I like it.
That looks beautiful.
I just got it together.
That's so nice. Very nice. Well done. Is it stuck in there now?
It's all screwed in.
Yay.
I'm about to flip it so then I can...
Grind that bit.
Yeah. That's how long it's taken to get to that.
That's crazy. Come eat.
Okay. Now I've got to flip this over. It's a little bit funny there. I didn't glue it properly, or I didn't grind it enough, or I ground too much, but that's being real fussy. But the screws being in this inner ring here is a really good idea, I think. It makes everything look really sleek. Sorry, I can't stop looking at it. I should have put this under it. That's better. Way less sanding that way. I'm really pushing my crane thing to the limit. It's pretty dicey. I wonder if it's strong enough to walk on now. Ugh. Feels pretty strong. I'm lifting it like this because I'm lazy. I'm just seeing if it'll work. That's what it's going to look like when it's up the right way. Real fancy. It's not protruding much at all. I'm really happy about that. It's not perfect, but it's very impressive still. Now I've got to make this bit look nicer. I'm going to fade this a lot more. I'll gouge all of this out. Maybe gouge a little bit out here. I'm not sure. I know it's practical like that, but it looks pretty poopy, in my opinion. I thought the thick profile was going to look pretty bad, but it was on the boat, that didn't look bad at all. It kind of reminded me of an old 60s model T-Bird or some cool looking American car. It's just these bits that didn't look right. It looked like it was coming up. I really feel like this whole hump, this whole bit here needs to be ground back, and then this a lower profile. But I don't think I'll do that because that'll change the structural integrity too much. But these side bits, I'll be able to do something with that. And I can't stop looking at this underside there. That looks really nice. See when I do that? See how that back bit, that looks stupid to me, but I don't think I can do anything about it. I think I'm being too fussy. Hope that looks good. All I did was continue this line on a nice artistic curve, and then I transferred that over there. I followed this line here, and then I'm going to scallop out this bit, somehow make it look nicer, hopefully. I hope it works out. It's easier to see there. I think that'll look nicer. What do you guys reckon? One way to find out. More dust. pre-wet this. I put these slings around the whole lot because I just don't trust how I'm lifting it with these 4 M5 bolts. So that's my emergency. It'll hopefully keep it from crashing into the ground and hopefully won't bend that pole that I've got up there holding that winch. It just took me 30 minutes to get the actuators put in and really bodgy wired up. But this should be easy. Oh, one of the actuators isn't working. I don't think I wired it. It's too bodgy. No, I'll wire one backwards. Okay, let's try that again. That's better. Okay, now all I need to do is drop the roof onto the actuators. That's all. Looking forward to getting rid of these slings. I should have had these halfway up and then met the actuators up with the roof. It would be more precise. Oh well, that worked. The boat has fungus growing in it. We won't tell Stacey about that, okay, Squidge?
What even is that?
Fungus.
Oh, is it the thing that grows on your feet?
It's like mushroom stuff.
She doesn't even know that.
Go. I want to see if the actuators move as well, because when it comes down like this, all these posts all need to be as straight as each other. I'm looking down here to see if these bits move and these bits move, which it looks pretty good at the moment.
It's not your kind of invention.
What?
Actuators.
What do you mean?
Because you're not patient.
I'm very patient.
What?
It's taken 5 years to get to here.
Oh.
Why'd you stop it?
Nah, stop.
No, I want it to go all the way down. Keep going down. I didn't tell you to stop.
I know.
Ooh. Keep going down. I'll tell you to stop. Oh. Like a glove. That sounded nice, didn't it? You want to go back up again? Doing a fart. Go down. I don't like that noise either. It sounds not very smooth, does it? Ah! Down. Oh yeah, this just moved, so that's good. Okay, so maybe that wants to be there. Go. Up.
It likes doing fluffies.
Down again. better.
That one was that what I saw.
I reckon it, like, look at how strong it is. 18 mil, 20 mil, 18 mil, 18 mil, 18 mil. Pretty good, go up. Down. Nah, down.
So I can touch this?
Yeah. Does that feel good? Yeah, I reckon that hole is only just big enough.
I think it's similar to you. But it's a bit louder.
What?
Similar to you.
What do you mean?
So this is louder when it's fluffy, but you probably fluffy just a bit less than this. Going up is
Yeah, keep going up. I just want to see if there's any wear and tear anywhere. I reckon I'll definitely lose some paint on this. And I definitely don't think that any of us are going to care. We'll fix it later. Go down. One more time. At least the lights are working the whole time.
yeah. It's a pretty nice noise. Like
That is
yeah.
until we get to
I like this part.
it sounds like it's down tight. That's okay. Give me 5.
That was actually loud. It sounded like a Fortnite emote. Like there's a high five emote and it's like that loud.
Do it, you slap me hard. You go. And the back still looks a little bit funny, but I think it looks a little bit better. Looks nice from this angle. I definitely made it overhang over here more than the original. I don't know if that makes it look a little bit poopy, but it will be more practical because it'll give me a little bit more shade. I know, I mean a tiny, tiny bit more. Got a little bit of wobble. Everyone, meet my brother, Paul. He's a helicopter mechanic. Mika, say hello. Hello.
Yeah, you can see that front left post is the one that's moving heaps.
Yeah.
Does that go to the...
Oh, I think all of them are.
like you can see it moving in the hole going into the deck. On the top deck, go to the other side.
Definitely need to do something about the sound. I think the best option is to wind these plates out further so it doesn't sit down on this ledge as hard. But I kind of like how hard it comes down. I'll have seals in these recesses here, and I might put a seal around this edge as well. That should stop the creaking because that will rub the paint off. The creaking actually wasn't that bad in that one. Now, I think that looks really weird. I need to do something with the side pillar, so I'm going to start trying to make the side pillar look nicer. Somehow make it merge into that, and I need to do it fast, otherwise Stacey will leave me. I need to get this in the water. So I ended up going with the same profile just because I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. I do think that it looks nicer with it protruding and then coming down further. It gives it more, I don't know what you call it. It just looks nicer. And then just imagine I'll just go straight up like that, but I'm running out of time. To make this side pillar, I really need to remove the roof so I can get these back actuators out, because I need to get to this area easily because I need to make a pad here. I think I've got a good shape in my head. It's as simple as I possibly can do it. So I've disconnected these actuator posts here. It's still attached on the front, so I'm only lifting it up the back, and hopefully I'll get enough movement to go side to side like that I can pull the actuators out. It doesn't have any movement. Which is kind of a good thing, but I might be able to detach one of the front actuators and then drop 3 actuators and pivot it around like that. Maybe. It's got no movement there either. They've got a huge angle. Those swiveling brackets are working real good. Oh well, that didn't work. Wishful thinking. Okay, I've attached the ropes on the front to the old ropes that I used to lift the deck up, and I've disconnected the actuators, both front actuators. Now I'm just going to drop the 2 front actuators, and these ropes should take the slack, keep it there, and then I'll drive the boat backwards a little bit so it clears. Lots of effort. Dicey. Those pulleys are way further forward than I thought, so it's really dragging it forward. The stupidest way. Okay, I'm free. At least I should be able to get these out quick now. Easy. Lol. Okay, now I can work on all this stuff freely. I'll be able to lift it up and down just using this and the front actuators. But I gotta get ready to go to work. I'm working away again, so I don't know how much time I'll get, but at least I'll be able to get stuck into it without having to take these back actuators out. I just thought I'd do something easy, and I'm gonna repair all these little imperfections in the hull. Just tiny little ones, you know. That colour is nearly a perfect match. That's vinyl ester, the leftover after I used vinyl ester to put all the little glass blobs in with a little bit of QCell and a little bit of white gel coat. So hopefully that turns out all right. I'm not sure how good you can mix gel coat with vinyl ester. Anyone /chuk or anyone that's got more of an idea of how or what you can get away with, let me know if this is going to work. I'll find out tomorrow. I'm going to have to do this in a couple of parts. I'm going to do this bit now, and then I need to work on a bit here. I'm thinking I'll like cut it in like that, but then square it off here. But this actuator post is about 30 or 40 mil further forward than this side. So I'm going to make them symmetrical, but there'll be a gap in this one. So I need to be able to access in here somehow and be able to put everything together. I don't know how to do that yet, but I'm guessing if I start making something and then piece it together, I'll be able to cut like an inspection hatch in, and that'll be able to give me access to put some big coach bolts or something into this bit here, and then this actuator will squash it down, and then I'll probably use nuts and bolts to hold the window in. If this skin is here, I'll have another skin that squashes in that way, and then maybe have a inspection hatch or something. I'm not sure yet. I can't stop looking at it though. What do you guys think of that profile? I've made like a lip there, but I think it's unnecessary. It looks a bit, how you going? It doesn't look right. I'm overcomplicating it. I'm trying something different. It's probably not very necessary. It's all letting go here, so hopefully she doesn't wrinkle up. But this is just school book vinyl covers that you put on. They're pretty cheap. I just thought it might make it release nicer. And instead of making a mold out of this, I was thinking I'll make this the finished part. I'll press other pieces of wood onto it so it conforms to the right angles. I don't know. See how it goes. I'm not gonna lie, that looks like crap. Hopefully it turns out. Hopefully. This cellophane stuff worked awesome. It released very easy compared to my normal molds. It's a shame this is going to be the inside of the pillar, but at least that will look really nice when I have a little inspection hatch there. Now I get the other one, and then I've got to do some creative grinding. Oh well, this cellophane stuff really works a treat. I'm going to have to do that on all of them from now on. I'm really happy with that. I made 2 parts identical-ish. I've got to grind this very delicately to make sure that I can get this on properly. Because of the way that I made the mold, it wasn't really right. It made everything bigger. It looks pretty good. And then I'm thinking I'll just make this bit in a flat piece with like a cutout that will be a nice recess. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I have to do that to get it on. And it's pretty close at the moment. I can see that I need to scallop out here. That was not very much work to get something usable like that.